Air Canada suspending its plans to return to the skies today. The airline was set to resume operations after 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants walked off the job, taking the picket line Saturday morning seeking better pay. Now over 700 flights were canceled, causing travel headaches for thousands. The Canadian government ordering flight attendants back to work and sending the contract dispute to arbitration. Now Air Canada now saying flights will not resume until tomorrow. For the latest, let's bring in ABC's Olivia Rubin. Now, Olivia, I got to ask you, what do we know about operations finally starting to start back up?
Well, this all happened after the Canadian government actually stepped in. One of the foreign ministers there saying this is too damaging for the economy, well beyond just passengers being stranded. We're having cargo issues, key cargo issues, pharmaceutical, key organ transplants. They said that this is not the time to put an already strained economy, potentially a hint at President Trump's tariffs there, through yet another huge sort of catastrophic wave there. So they ordered these parties into arbitration. They said that they had to restart operations tomorrow, which is now today, that the flight attendants had to go back, and then that got transferred to a government board, which immediately stepped in and said, yep, today, 2 p.m., flight attendants back to work. Because of that is how Air Canada was able to say, we're going back online. You will see flights start tonight. It wasn't going to be all of their flights. They said it was going to take a couple days to get operations back up to normal, but they were starting tonight, except for the strikers now saying that they are not going back to work. You won't be seeing them at 2 p.m. And because of that, Air Canada, they can't put planes back in the sky. So once again, kicking it to tomorrow. But I think it's still gonna be a big question about if that happens. If the strikers are saying no today, why wouldn't they say no tomorrow?
All right, and we know now this dispute goes to arbitration. Is the government involved in that process?
Yeah, the government is directly involved in that process. Air Canada put out a statement yesterday saying that it seems some terms were already agreed to, that the previous contract was extended, and that the arbitrator stepped in to sort of put a fine point on the still outstanding points that were there. None of that has been released. The union hasn't weighed in on that. So it's going to be interesting how this develops to see if any details about what that board said should be the final agreement and what the flight attendants got, what they didn't get. Remember, they're saying that their wages don't keep up with inflation, don't keep up with the minimum wage, and that they're largely unpaid for swaths of work that they do while the planes are on the ground. That's something everyone can think of. Flight attendants doing work while you're boarding, safety demonstrations, that they say they're not paid.